So in today's mini project, we will discuss how to create the calculator. This is not a normal calculator. This is BMI Calculator, Body Mass Index Calculator. When you give height and width on that time, it will print whether you are overweight or normal weight or you are skinny. It will print that value, right? For example, I'm going to give height as 185 centimeters. Then weight will be 102. Let's compute. You can see now it is a overweight. You are overweight. For example, if I give 55, let's see, compute, we are underweight, right? So if you give around 75, maybe we will be on the normal weight, right? It's based on the calculation. So for the calculation, we are using JavaScript, and to make this structure, we are going to use HTML and to styling CSS, right? So we'll start developing this site. I'm going to create, right, so I'm going to create three files. So one for the HTML, index.html. So we'll create one for the CSS, style.css, and finally script.js file. So first I'm going to add the HTML content. Let's add the boilerplate code asterisk tab in the VS Code. So this will be a BMI calculator. Right, so here I'm going to create one division with the class name container. Inside this container we will add our content, right? So first I'm going to add the h1 tag. For this we will give class name heading. So body mass index, that means BMI calculator. Right, so I'm going to zoom this one a little bit up. After that I'm going to give a label for, we'll use this for the height, your height. Then now I'm going to add the input field. So input field type will be a number. So we'll take a number input. Class will be input. ID will be height, right? And so we can give a placeholder text. For example, enter your height in centimeter. Then after I'm going to add the value. By default it will be 180. Okay, so we have added one input field. I'm going to add another input field label. This one for the weight. So your weight, that means in kilogram, right? Weight in kilogram. So height in centimeter. Your height, which is in centimeter. Okay. Then we'll add same input field for the weight. Input type will be a number. This time class will be input again. ID will be weight. So placeholder text will be enter your weight in kilogram. It should be enter your height, right? Okay, so by default I'm going to give value 80 kilogram. So after that we can add the button to compute. So we'll add the button. Class name will give name as a button. ID will be button, and we'll give the text compute BMI body mass index, right? After that I'm going to add finally one input field to display the body mass index. For that we'll use one input field with the type text. We'll display the whether it is underweight or overweight here. So class name will be input, and ID I'm going to give as a BMI result. Okay, so we'll give title BMI result. So here we are going to print that BMI value. Then after I'm going to print whether it is overweight or low weight. H4 by using H4 index we use. Class name as information text. Weight condition will be span element ID weight condition. Okay, so here you can see we have one H1 tag for the heading, then after two input field for the height and width. After that there is a calculate button for the compute BMI with the name. Then now this I'm going to disable this input field, right? So we will open this one in the live server. Then after we will check how this input field are aligned. Okay, so we have height input field, weight. Then I'm going to disable this input field. We'll display the computed value here, right? So to disable, you can add disabled attribute. So now we can connect our script file. The script src will be /script.js. So in the same way, I'm going to connect my style sheet. This will be link. We are going to connect CSS link. It will be style.css file, right? Alright, now we can add our style. So CSS style. Right, so here you can see I have made the mistake. It should be style.css. I'm going to rename this one into style.css. Okay, then after we need to link this one again, right? It is linked correctly. So we will add our style. First I'm going to add the style for the body section, body element. By default margin will be 0, background color will be black color, and display will be a flex. I'm going to align this into the center, justify content, center, align item, center. To align this vertically, you need to give a height, right? So height will be 100, viewport height. And by default font family will be, we'll give this as a Korean. You can see here we have fallback font. If this font is not available, it will check for this one. If this one is not available, it will use this one. So the last font family should be a most common one, which is available in every browsers. I'm going to refresh this one. You can see styles are taken place. Everything is aligned into the center of the screen. Now we will give style for our container class. I'm going to give background color as Peru color. Then there will be 220px padding for this container. Then display will be a flex. We'll align this into the center again. Flex direction this time will be a column. Right. So now I'm going to add some margin between this content. Before that we will add the border radius for this section. 10px will be enough, right? Okay, 10px border. So I'm going to add shadow also. Right, no need to add shadow. We'll use margin as a 5px on the outside content. Margin also no need, right? Because we are using container. We'll use heading class. For the heading class, that means this body mass index BMI calculator. I'm going to add this style font size will be 30px and font weight is by default bold, right? So okay. Then now for the input field, that means we have 3 input field. Padding will be top and bottom padding will be 10 px, left and right will be 20 px. Font size I am going to make it as 18 px, and background color will be gray color for the import field. So we use RGBA color for this one, 255, 255, 255, 0.4. Right, that is somewhat okay. For the border also I am going to use same color. Border color will be RGBA 255, 255, 255, 0.6 this time. Okay, now we have this import field. Then after I am going to add the margin from the top for the each element, 10 px margin. Right, so now we can add the style for this. We'll add the bottom margin also around 5 px. Margin from the bottom will be 5 px. Okay, now there is a separation between this content, right? Now I'm going to add the style for our button. That means this button compared BMI. We have a button class for this one, so we'll give background color as orange red. Then after there will be no border for this button. Okay, we'll add some padding. Padding will be 10 px from the top and bottom. So left and right will be 20 px. Okay, now we have this button. We can give a margin also. Margin will be 10 px from the old side. Then border radius I'm going to make this as a 5 px. And font size will increase into 20 px. So we'll give margin top and bottom only, right? Top margin will be 10 px. Margin top will be 10 px. Right, now we have top margin. So for this one I'm going to add the cursor as a pointer. Now you can see there is a hand symbol when I hover, and also we can add the hover effect for this one. So we'll add hover effect dot button. When we hover on that time we will add the shadow, box shadow 0, 5 px, 8 px, RGBA color. So this time it will be 255, 0, 0, 0.4. Again there is this box shadow also, right? And I'm going to give for this one transition effect. So we'll add transition will be all 0.3 second linear. Transition means we are adding delay when it take this effect, right? Okay, so finally we can add this style for the result. That means our info text class. Font size will be 20 px. Font weight will be bold. So info text means this class, right? So we have this info text h4 tag. Then after we have this weight condition span element, we will show the condition by using JavaScript here. Okay, so everything is fine. Now I am going to add script. So for example, if when I do the calculation button, we need to show the BMI value here, then after condition here. So for that we can add our JavaScript. First I am going to take the ID of the button, document.get element by ID. ID is a button, right? So let's see which ID we have given for this one button. ID is button. Then after we give height, weight and BMI result. Finally weight condition. So constant BMI input element will be document dot get element by id. This time we are getting BMI result. So constant weight condition will be document dot get element by id. We have weight condition element. Right, so we got the button BMI result and weight condition. So button mean this button, BMI result, then weight condition. Now I'm going to get the idea of value of these two by using a function, right? We'll create a function with the name calculate BMI. So here constant height will be, or height value will be document dot get element by id height dot value. So I'm going to divide this by 100 because we are getting the height value in centimeter. Constant weight value will be document dot get element by id weight. So we can calculate the BMI value. BMI value will be, to calculate, so we need to divide weight value by height value multiply by height value. So then after BMI result input value dot value will be this BMI value. Okay, let's call this function. When you click button element dot add event listener, when you click this button, on that time we are going to call calculate BMI function. Okay, so now I'm going to click compute BMI. It is not the number, right? Let's see. So we have to get the value here, right? Otherwise it will pass as a string. You can see we are getting the value. For example, if it is 100 8, BMI value will be 8, right? So 120, we have BMI value this one. So now we need to set the condition, that means overweight, normal, obesity, or skinny. So we can put the if condition for this one, right? I'm going to place if condition if BMI value is less than 18.5. we have a table for this one. Weight condition element dot inner text will be under weight. So else if BMI value greater than equal to 18.5 and BMI value less than equal to 24.9, on this time weight condition will be normal text, right? Normal weight. Again else if BMI value greater than equal to 25 and BMI value less than equal to 29.9. on this time we can give the condition output. Weight condition dot inner text will be, this time it will be overweight. So you can check your weight. Then after else part I'm going to add the we'll add the condition, right? If else if obesity, weight condition if BMI value greater than equal to 30, on On this time it will be weight condition dot inner text will be obesity, right? This is a critical condition. So now we have given the condition to this weight condition element. Let's see whether it's working or not. I'm going to do the calculate. Now we are in the normal weight category, so we'll increase the weight into 150 kilogram. Now we are in the obesity category. For example, if you give 50, we will be underweight. So we have created this nice calculator by using this small script file. Then after this style sheet, and finally we use this small HTML structure for this structure, right? So I will share this as a GitHub link. You can download from the link on the description, and you can practice this mini project. So we will meet with the new mini project in the next video.